able to touch her dress, and the moment that you do, she shifts into a more hideous form. Wings sprouting from her back, horns from her forehead, as her hands morph to claws. They lash out in an attempt to claw at you. You will be rolling initiatives.
No.
Tuxedo Ken!
That's Tuxedo Ken.
Well, we return to the adventuring party deep in Stonetooth Mountain. Having navigated your way past a horde of orcs, deeper into the dark dungeon, fighting troglodytes, freeing a giant lizard held captive, stumbling across riches, weapons, and other items. The party faced off against a roper and came out on top. Taking care of yourself, and feeling rejuvenated after doing battle, you found a key that led you to this stone door inside of the glitter hall. And upon inserting it, the party is unlocked. It looks to be a dwarven structure of some type and ascended stairs. The stairs end at an octagon chamber. The floor is inlaid with cracked, dusty red tiles, and the walls are dressed with polished marble. Two large doors of wrought iron exit to the north and west. 8 bronze statues, each almost 7 feet tall, stand in pairs in each of the cardinal directions. Their backs to the walls, facing the room's center. Each statue depicts an armed dwarf, their weapons held as if poised to strike. The ceiling in this room rises to a dome almost 30 feet above your heads. From somewhere in the distance, you hear the faint ringing of hammers on anvils.
There's no way there's still dwarves alive down here, is there?
I mean, there's also always the possibility, for sure.
After everything we've seen down here, you never know.
Well, no use wasting time. Might as well go. I say we go this way.
Well, I want to take a moment to try to see if I can perceive which of the 3 directions the hammering is coming from.
Tyee, you have a pretty good sense of where it's coming.
He would. I've got a 16.
Alright, the hammering appears to be coming from somewhere to the east.
Point at the eastern door. Hammer's from that way, fellas. We can pick one of these other 2 first, or go towards the hammer. What do we want to do?
I think we should go after the hammer. I agree. I think that's a good choice. Kalbren, you should lead the way.
Yep. So I'll approach the door and, before touching everything, take a close look around, looking at the statues as well to see if it's trapped in any way.
I would like to assist you, make sure that you do not run into any nonsense.
The eastern, you said? Where the hammering is coming from? Yeah, I was looking from afar because I'm not as good at trying to look really closely.
Give me a perception check.
19.
The 19, you don't see that there's any trap mechanisms on it.
Alright, I'll walk up and turn the handle. Oh, and I also intend to be doing this as quietly as possible. Yeah, the intent here is I'm expecting danger, and so I'm going to try to be as stealthy and quiet as possible. I'll roll a stealth check if you like, but also it's probably dark, so I'm probably invisible, but I don't know if that matters. It probably does for like sound, I guess.
Okay, so you are, so you turn the door and it actually swings open, revealing a set of stairs.
Turn back to the rest of the group, and I guess it's deeper we go, gentlemen.
But yes, leads the way.
Right behind you.
Oh, it's stairs up, never mind.
Yeah, so you get about halfway up the stairs when you step on one of the stairs. You hear a call out in Dwarvish. Does anybody speak Dwarvish? Nope.
Can
So you hear several Dwarvish words ring out, almost if it's like magically sourced like right above that stair, calling out some phrase in Dwarvish. Quite loud, it echoes across the hallway and into the room beyond.
Well, that's not good. I'm guessing any of you fellas understood that, did you?
No, that was quite loud though.
No, I did not. Sorry.
Alright, let me get back to the guys. I'm gonna get in that corner there. Talgar, you're the beefiest of us. Would you mind doing the honors this time?
Whoops.
So you arrive at a massive iron door set into a stone fixture.
I want to first take a look at it, see if I can detect any traps or anything like that before I go messing with it.
Roll me a perception.
Seven.
You're pretty confident it's not trapped. You don't feel your spidey sense going off either. Nothing appears to be out of view.
Then I'm going to attempt to open it.
Anything?
So as you push open the door, you see before you an enormous hall is lined with 10 great pillars carved in the forms of giants and dragons that support the vaulted ceiling high above you. Guttering orange torches set in the scones along the walls illuminate the room. Across from you, towards the other side of the room, is a mighty throne sitting upon a dais. The walls that were once covered with tile mosaics have been smashed and defiled by graffiti. You would recognize it as Orc. Tiny fragments of tile litter the floor, and you can see 5 other exits. There's a small fire smoldering on the floor above the dais where 6 sleeping pallets lie empty, surrounded by packs and supplies. The sound of hammers ringing on iron comes from beyond the doors to the south. Suddenly, a harsh voice calls out from the shadows of the pillars. Go back! Go back the way you came! This is the only warning you'll get!
We mean you no harm. We're not here to fight.
And fuck off back the way you came.
Turn to the party and say, it looks clear right here, but they want us to fuck off.
Well, they probably would want that to this day.
And Carlin's not going to say anything because at this point he's expecting a fight, and so he's just going to become a shadow and get in position.
And the room is actually pretty well lit. There's very few shadows available to you.
Oh, good to know. Okay, it doesn't look well lit, but I should have asked for that ahead of time. Okay.
There's torches
Yep.
illuminating the room.
All right. If there's torches, can we tell if that voice sounds human or dwarven or orcish?
It's in a very like kind of crude guttural common.
Okay.
Can I make out what the graffiti says in orc?
Just a lot of racial slurs that orcs use to describe dwarves.
Oh, that ain't right.
So the dwarves, the voice says that this is your final warning. Get out of here.
Where is the voice coming from?
Somewhere further in the room. Are you moving forward to there? Like, I have basically in my mind the Talgar's open the door. Are y'all spilling into the room? Is that what's happening?
I was going to come in just on the like, cautiously along the wall. I wasn't planning to come further into the Talgar for sure.
So y'all are entering the chamber?
Yes.
Yeah, we're in the room.
Okay. Ignoring the warnings?
Yes.
Yep.
Alright, roll initiative. Cavalry flies from a small figure, looks around at the pillar and throws a javelin at whoever's in front there.
That's me.
Alright, Karl.
16 with a +7.
Sorry, I need.
I'm gonna do Vinny.
Yeah, I need control of Vinny.
Okay, 1 second.
Thanks.
Long list. Wait, the long list. Control the token.
I think you just gave it to me.
I give it to everybody.
Oh, gotcha.
Cool. I got it.
Share it with
I think Seraphic graciously offered to manage him.
Alright, stop moving characters, yes. Alright, so Vinny, initiative.
Vinny rolled a 16.
16. Alright, Talgar.
Sorry, it was
3.
14 for Vinny.
Talgar.
3.
3. Vesmir.
17.
And 5.
20!
Alright. So the javelin comes out of the darkness, or not darkness, dim light. And rolls a 11.
It misses!
Fails right by you, clattering the stone wall.
Oh, what the hell?
And made clear. Hi, you're up.
I don't see anything.
Ooh, let's see anything.
I don't see any enemies or anything.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Neat. Alright, well, I'm gonna go back behind this pillar and hold my action until I do see enemies. Alright, here we go.
Yeah, hold on.
I too would like that pillar.
Sorry. That was a line of sight thing I actually actually did not reveal them.
Ah! Okay, well, I'm gonna go back then.
Okay. Sorry. A lot of buttons over here. It's been a long
Alright.
day. It's been a long week. Alright. So, squat little pale thing darts its head out, throws the javelin at you, and the fight is on. What would you like to do?
Alright, I see them now. Gosh dang it. I am going to, I'm gonna look over to Dark Dwarf B, and I'm gonna send a guiding bolt his way.
Okay.
Does a 25 hit?
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
10 radiant damage. That's Dark Dwarf B.
10 radiant damage.
Yep, and he is glowing.
It's very much glowing.
Alright, and I am still
You
gonna
just don't
move
wanna
back.
talk.
I'm gonna move, huh? No, what? No. Threw a javelin at me. I'm gonna go behind the pillar here.
Alright.
But he shot me. We should definitely talk this out.
So very good hit.
Yeah, he shot at me. We should definitely talk this out.
Warning shot, right across your nose.
Uh-huh. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Alright. Okay, so Vesmir, you're up.
Vesmir will cast Mage Armor on himself, bringing his AC up. So going by what the map is in front of me, there's debris and stuff on the floor, yeah?
There is.
Actually,
It's like it's a tile mosaic left over from whatever, defacing is taking place here.
Vesmir is going to take total cover behind here and yell out, "There's no reason you need to die here today." And that's his turn.
So as you get over to the door, do you speak Orc?
I do not.
Okay. But you can see Orcish words and symbols scrawled on the door, and there appears to be boards and chains wrapped around the door handles there.
Cool.
Okay, so you do move over there, you say that.
Yes.
What exactly did you say again?
Sorry, say that again.
What exactly did you yell out again?
There's no reason that you need to die here today. And that was all I said.
You hear kind of a detached voice from somewhere in the room. Speak out. It won't be us that does the dying today. You're warned. And with that, one of the dirter. You hear a pop. And like a cork coming out of a bottle. And sorry, just following the things.
You're fine.
It's fine. We're just judging you intensely.
You son of a bitch.
Huge, pale, dwarf-like creature emerges from behind the pillar. And doesn't know what to do with himself.
It just happens to be glowing.
Very much glowing. Okay, so yeah, so you hear some noise on the other side of the pillar, and then you see the glow get even brighter as the pillar doesn't really cover him very much anymore. He is he's doubled in size. And that actually used to put this contribution. So. And where is Tyee? He's way over there. So he's gonna stop for 1, 2, 3, 4. Big dwarven creature type thing comes lumbering at you. And with that, Karl, you're up, Vinny, you're on deck.
I'm taking in everything he sees around him. Karl's going to see that dwarf and smirk and say, "The bigger they are, the harder they fall." Pull his bow back and start firing. Since he's glowing, I guess I get an advantage.
You do get advantage.
So we've got 2 shots to deal with here. So shot 1. Bummer, so the shift thing must just be a beyond 20 thing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Wait. You should put
Really?
No.
I turned off the mod, but it doesn't, I don't have, because I wasn't setting anything to roll 20. Alright, I guess I'll just roll it twice.
Oh, maybe you're right. Shit, maybe I'm wrong. Huh.
Pretty sure you have the other thing.
You can right click it too and roll with advantage.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, so the first shot is going to be a 19 with advantage.
That is what it is.
Cha! So I rolled with advantage. I rolled a 7 and an 8 for 16.
Nice.
But so does 16 hit?
That's it.
Okay, cool. Oh, should have said this. Well, you know what? We're going to. We got our spell slots back, so I'm going to I'll bonus action 100 mark him, and so he will take. Alright, so that's 2 hits. So that's going to be 3d8 plus 3 plus 2d6 because it's a 1d8 for the shot plus 4, another 1d8 plus 4, and an extra 1d8 for crit and pusher, and the 1d6 on each shot for 100 mark.
Sweet.
Ball of dice. Alright, yeah, so that custom roll plus 8. That's going to be a 31 damage.
This hulking, glowing figure comes lumbering out towards the Talgar. You hit him with 2 sure shots, and he just falls to his face in a cloud of dust and broken bits of mosaic that are scattered across the floor. He is no longer moving.
Alright, I'm going to mutter 1 down. Take some movement and move behind this pillar. Ending my turn.
Vinny, yep.
Alright, I'm gonna try and envision Ken here. Look, as a friend said, you don't want to die here like this guy. I suggest you come out and drop your weapons and cast Suggestion on Dwarf A, which is a wisdom saving throw of 12.
Can you give Vesmir inspiration for that? Like, come on.
Inspiration for that. That was a spot on Ken. Wisdom saving throw. And he rolls a natural fucking 1.
Ooh.
Wow.
So yeah, I told him to come out, throw his weapons down, so he's pretty much coming towards us.
Okay, so he comes out, throws his weapons down. Six. You hear the whole time another voice in the room yelling something in what sounds like dwarven dialect. Sounds very exasperated, angry.
So he's completed the suggestion, so essentially that spell ends on him. Because he's done what was suggested of him.
Okay. Amongst this dwarven yelling, as he gets kind of out and away from everything, dropped his weapons, kind of seems to snap out of this fog, and with a panicked look in his eye, turn and run. He will pick up his weapons again.
Ugh.
Bad timing. Talgar, you're up. Tyee, you're on deck.
One second, I had to reload everything, freaked out. I missed a big chunk of what was going on because my audio reset itself, but I'm going to move forward and up here next to Karl, and I'm going to take the dodge action since we still need to talk to these guys. I don't want to try to kill everybody.
Okay. Do anything else?
That is it for now.
Yep.
Alright, Tyee, now it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna peek out of cover real quick. Right about here. And I am gonna thorn whip this dwarf that ran back behind cover. Back out into cover, hopefully. It's a 3, 10. Does a 10 hit? That is helpful.
A 10 does not hit.
Shit. I'm gonna go back behind cover. And that ends my turn.
Okay. So then, Karl, you hear footsteps at the last possible second. As- Okay, so you hear a pit of footprints right behind you at the last second as he materializes, coming out of invisibility, and tries to attack you.
Awesome.
He's going to attack you with his short sword. It's sneak attack. $17 hit.
Barely.
Alright, so the sneak attack does 8 points of piercing damage.
8 total.
8 total points of piercing damage, yes. Swings again. Now it is visible. It's a 19.
Also hits.
That does 9 points of piercing damage. And this is a... Okay, never mind. additional 6 points of sneak attack damage on it. Sorry.
Okay. Sneak attack is once per round.
Yeah, he only that was I never rolled it for the first one. We did 8 and 9, and then I had to roll the sneak attack damage after that.
Gotcha. It was 8 plus 9 plus 6, right?
Yes. Alright, I'll have it here in a second. So, Vesmir, you're up. Karl, you're on deck.
Vesmir, having seen this guy come out of the shadows and hit Karl, will step out just a little bit, and he'll reach his hand out and grab some loose tile and fling it towards Dark Dwarf Warrior, and that's catapult at level 1. Dexterity saving throw of 15.
Dex saving throw of 15. So 10.
That's a miss. He takes 7, 7, 8 for. I can't.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Yeah, the dice is sitting on top of the number. I can't read it. 22.
22 points of what type of damage?
Bludgeoning. Yes, bludgeoning.
Okay. Alright. He's not looking so hot.
And then he'll go back and take full cover behind the in the doorway as best he can.
Alright, Karl, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck.
Wincing from the pain of getting smacked, Karl's going to spend his free action to stow the bow and grab and dual wield short sword and dagger. Bonus action moves Hunter's Mark on our buddy here next to us and swing on with. Oh shit! I can't bonus. Oh, okay. So actually, free action to grab the short sword and shield, and then we're going to swing with the short sword.
Okay.
It's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
That is going to be 12 damage for the short sword with Hunter's Mark.
Okay. How do you want to do it?
Alright, well after taking the sudden blows to the back, spinning around, grabbing his shield from his pack, and unsheathing the short sword from his hip, he just reflexively stabs up into the right, under the ribs, through the heart, pulling the blade out as blood just gushes from the wound, and the dwarf falls to the floor.
Not a dwarf.
Oh, it's not a dwarf.
It's a turn.
Alright, so with that, we still have some movement. I'm going to move around the corner of this pillar. Kind of better position for the next kill, and that's my turn.
Okay, Vinny.
Vinny pipes up. These guys just ain't getting the point, and he will go around the corner, and he will take a shot with his light crossbow at Dark Dwarf A. And that is a D20 plus 5. Oh, it's a 7 to hit.
That's gonna miss.
And he will just stay around the pillar.
Okay.
And that's his, he'll ask, hey Karl, you okay? Casting on a bonus action Healing Word, which is 1d4 plus 4. Healing. That is 7 points. Actually, there's a couple more points I'll tell you in a second.
Sorry, what is happening?
So he cast Healing Word on Karl, and there's and because he's got Disciple of Life as a cleric, also regains HP equal to 2 plus the skills level. So you get an extra, so that's 10 points of healing total
Okay.
for Karl, and that's Vinny's turn.
I'll yell back, much better now.
And so the creature behind the pillar there, see him grow in size. He's going to lumber away, yelling something in Durgar. And as he runs away yelling that in Durgar, the door bursts open at the far end of the room behind the throne. And an enlarged dwarf-like creature comes lumbering forth. There's cover behind the pillar here. And Talgar, you're up. Tyee on deck.
Alright, let's see. If I move and dash, it still leaves me a bonus action, correct? Oh no, that's an action, right?
That's only movement. Or dash is an action, but it's movement and your action, so you have a bonus action and reaction.
Never mind, what I wanted to do takes an action. Alright, so I'm just gonna move my full movement and then dash towards the big dude. Actually, no, I don't need the dash.
It is working.
Alright, and I'm going to channel my divinity, and I'm going to attempt to abjure him. Yes, to make a Wiz saving throw of 12. Fiends and undead have disadvantage on the saving throw. On failure, the creature is frightened and its speed is reduced to 0, and it can't benefit from bonuses of speed for 1 minute or until it takes any damages. On success, it's halved for 1 minute or until it takes damage.
Any one of those creatures. Is there a save or anything?
Wiz saving throw of 12.
Wiz. What the smartest creatures? Oh, it's a 3.
Alright, he is frightened and his speed is 0.
Okay.
That is my turn.
Keep in mind, its speed is 0 for 1 minute or until it takes damage. So, yeah, 10 rounds, right? Yeah.
Alright, Tyee, you're up.
I step out from behind my cover, and I.
Sorry.
No, you're alright. You're alright. I've noticed the 2 lumbering beasts down by the fire of the encampment. I'm gonna reach up to the ceiling, and I'm gonna bring down the ion cannon, moonbeam, on top of Dark Dwarf A.
Orbital strike initiated.
I know. There he goes. And
One version of that spell?
what version?
Is there a sunlight version of that spell? Because holy shit.
Yeah,
You can build a vampire hunter around that ability.
that would be cool, wouldn't it? And yeah, so that'll end my turn as I move back behind, kind of like half cover, because I want to see what's going on still.
Gotcha. That's really you're up. Karl, you're up.
Vesmir will head up behind this pillar. I want to attempt intimidation, and I want to scream out, "Lay down your arms now, you are clearly outnumbered. We have you cornered. Give up now, and your life shall be spared. And that's to intimidate them to throw down. Where's intimidation? I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6?
Yes.
So the dwarf that's burst onto the scenes from the other room is wearing scale mail, has a shield. Take that back. He's holding a great sword, and it's in splint. And it basically yells, "Fuck you! All fights my death."
You?
Response to your intimidation.
I am going to bonus action attempt to push him 5 feet towards. So, going for this one here, I'm going to attempt to push him 5 feet towards the other dwarf that's out there. So it is a strength saving throw DC 15.
20.
Okay, he succeeds. Nothing happens. And that's my turn.
Just a real quick point. Just be careful when you're moving around because the movie language is when they enter the area for the first time or start being there, push them out of it. I don't really know if the rules say it.
I thought you were going for A.
He was targeting the other one.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. No, that's good. It's just good to know that too. So you're gonna start moving people around. That's good to know.
Thanks, buddy. I actually wanted to pull him into the moonbeam.
Oh yeah, I don't know if it's big enough, but yeah, I get you.
And Tyee, could you do like a sphere for the movie, just so we all know where it is? Because I'm not sure I know. Yeah, there you go.
Push Talgar, pull Talgar, push Talgar, shake him all about.
He'll be fine.
He knows he can.
He's done this before.
Dude, y'all fucked him up that
I still hear Kalbren with me.
fight. So you failed to push him. That was Vesmir's turn. Karl, you're up. Vinny's on deck.
Alright, well, Karl will kind of mutter under his breath, Turg, as he repositions over. Here, I measured this, make sure I get it right. 6 tiles. Oh, I see it right there. Oh, did you click the thing? I'm waiting. What?
And they just crashed.
Ah, okay, that's why we were waiting on GM. So I guess we'll sit here and wait on the GM.
I was in Alt Tab, and I was like, where did it go? And it was gone.
That's kind of a nice feature of Talespire, that like when the GM disconnects, it just pauses everybody so you can't like mess with things while you're gone.
But let's mess with the DM stuff, break your shit.
I mean, I think Tyee's character build is enough of that. Okay, so it looks like you're
Maybe
back.
he's not going to go when he enters the room, but he will see everything.
It's like an internal radar.
We've jiggled with this door enough. Tyee's like, yeah, there's nothing there.
Alright, so although I think Tyee did put the movie, he put it on.
Yeah, Dwarf A's got the movie.
Right, Dwarf A was the one that got frightened, right?
Yes.
Probably should not touch that one, let it be frightened for 10 rounds. But since that's happened,
I think it's
sizing up the two I can see, I imagine Dwarf A looks less armored. we will bonus action move our.
Scale now and a shield. So it's quite minutes.
Right. Alright, well, we will bonus action move our hunter's mark onto him. So our short sword and shield from before with our free action, grab the longbow and take a shot. That's probably not gonna hit, that's a 10. Pew! That's all I got.
Vinny is up.
Okay, Vinny will judge in the situation. What's the distance? Sorry. I was looking at his character sheet trying to work out what to do. Alright. He'll have to move up. He'll go up to this pillar here, duck out, and does he have line of sight on Nimira?
Partial cover.
Partial cover. He's going to take a shot with his short crossbow. Light crossbow, sorry. And that is natural 1.
Yeah, that's gonna miss.
Does he have any bonus actions? And he'll yell out to Talgar, it's all up to you. Get him good, and give him 1 bardic inspiration.
Love it. Alright. So, Durger and the Moonbeam start his turn. What do I need to roll time? Constitution?
That is the Constitution saving throw. Yep. It is a DC 15.
18.
Alright, it's going to take half of this damage, which is going to be 7, so 3.
Just get jump right.
Nope, not that one.
Wrong direction. Alright, so it's gonna take 3 points of damage, shrug off the fear, see anger return to its eyes. They will look to Karl as it runs over. To Karl. Will swing twice with a war pick. First swing is a 19.
Huh. Nothing misses! Hits.
14 points of piercing damage. Swing.
Ow!
10. Yes.
Thankfully misses.
Mara will come out of cover and charge Talgar. Swinging a great sword twice on you, Talgar. This large Durger comes running at you. First one is a 6, that's not going to hit. Second swing is a 20. That's not hit. 16 points of slashing damage as the great sword cuts down and through you. It is now your turn. Tyee, you're up there.
Okay, bonus action, I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on myself. And then I'm going to swing on him.
Okay.
God damn it, it's 11.
It's not going to hit.
You had guidance, right?
Oh, you have Bardic Inspiration.
It's
Oh,
a
there you go.
it's a 1d6 you can add to your attack roll, any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So you can save it or you can use it.
I'm gonna use it.
You did roll only a 10.
That's true. Okay, I'm saving it. That's my turn.
This cheater pushes on the scale ever so slightly. Alright, so Tyee, you're up.
Okay, I'm going to take my action to move my Moonbeam. I'm gonna relocate it back on top of the same Durger.
Yeah, just not hit Karl.
Yeah, the thing is wonky. It doesn't stay there.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. And
That's where you're at.
Thank you.
yeah, and that'll actually be my action. That'll be my turn.
Alright. Vesmir, you're up. Karl, you're on deck.
Vesmir reaches his hand around the pillar and uses the force to raise up Nimira and casts Levitate at level 2. Its Constitution save of 15.
Interesting.
Ah, son of a bitch. Alright. Bonus action, I'm going to push him away 5 feet, strength saving throw of DC 15 from Talgar.
Do what?
Holy shit. I failed my strength saving throw.
So he just moves back, basically in a line of from me, 5 feet. I don't think by right that's a disengage, so it doesn't provoke attack of opportunity, I don't believe.
It uses movement.
Correct. That's my turn.
Alright. He screams in rage at being pushed away from Talgar, bloodlust in his eyes. And with that, Karl, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck.
Oh, right. Well, we're gonna. Pretty sure this is the same dwarf. I already bonus action moved my hunter's mark onto. How hard does he look?
The one that's right there in front of you?
Yes.
Does not look very hard. If anything, his armor was a little bit more sparkly. It's been cleaned, grunged, burned away. But he is bathed in moonlight as well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think we're just gonna use the disengage action.
Screams after you in rage. Coward!
Hero or coward doesn't matter. Whoever wins is what matters. And then I take a running leap over back to this pillar near Vinny, and that'll be my turn.
Out of curiosity, when the Durgers enlarge or reduce, whatever the hell that's called, is that shape changing?
I don't know if it's both shape changing. It's an action.
Yeah, the reason why I ask is that the Moonbeam, a shape changer, makes the save throw with disadvantage.
That last one's still a past.
True, no, true. I'm just like, now I've been reading this, I'm like, is that changing their shape? Is that what it means? First thing, like, I'm changing into a wolf or something.
So it says magically increases in size along with anything that is wearing your character.
Okay, it doesn't say. I imagine it would say shape changing somehow, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that would count as shape changing.
I don't know. You can Google around and let me know which one.
Yeah, no shit, that's the thing. I'm trying.
I think the racial ability.
Yeah, I think so. I think it means like changeling, shape changing sort of thing.
Or polymorph.
Right, yeah, something like that.
Wild shape. Okay, Karl, anything else on you?
Don't believe I. No, I don't have any. I'm done. Good.
You're up.
Vinny? Okay, Vinny will he's going. Sorry, just hit the wrong button. So Vinny is going to look at Dwarf A, and he's going to say, "Hey, ugly! Your mother said I was beautiful," and cast vicious mockery on him. Wisdom save of 12. Okay, so he takes 1d4 psychic damage, which is a 3. So he has disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its next turn. And Vinny doesn't like his positioning, so he's going to head back behind this pillar back here.
Okay.
And that is... Sorry, what's that?
I was going to say, before you ended your turn, I wanted to ask Callie, are you okay if I slightly mulligan a free action to swap weapons again, as I did just take a smack to the face?
What do you want to have in your hands?
When I swapping back to a single short sword and shield, kind of like what I had prior. Swapping from the...
Didn't you take that out last turn?
You're right. Nope, you're right. That's it. We'll leave it like that. Sorry.
And Vinny's turn's done as well.
Okay, Vinny's turn is done?
Yep.
Alright, the Dirge, still in range that you ran away from the fight, is going to charge after you. Attempt to, as he's bathed in red light. 12.
Alright, so he fails.
Oh, no, hold on. I'm sorry. I have advantage on that.
Oh, do you? Sweet.
Yes. Still fail.
Oh, okay. Takes 9 points of radiant damage.
Surprising amount of books.
Yeah, no kidding. Goodness.
Dwarven is still insane. Spell. So, anyway, so he takes that, moves to movement, and swings on Karl
At disadvantage.
at disadvantage.
Oh, right.
I just rolled 2 natural ones.
Oh.
Going to be anti-CNC.
Okay. So he just swings and wildly misses. He uses his second attack to swing at you again. Natural fucking 20.
Oh.
Oh.
That's a good night.
Vicious Mockery was only the next attack? Question mark.
16 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Stands towering over you. And the greatsword wielding Namira is going to swing twice on Talgar after we approach him.
Miss.
14. Dalgar, you are up.
Alright, I'm going to swing. It's going to be a 24.
Oh.
Hit.
As my sword makes contact, it's gonna glow or light up with some divine smite. Let me roll my damage.
Nice. First smite of the game.
Of course, I roll 1. That's still 10 slashing damage. So also that reduces the speed of the target by 10 feet until the start of my next turn. And now let me roll the extra damage. It's going to be an extra 6 radiant damage.
That's 16 points of damage.
That is it.
Alright, Tyee, you're up. Vesmir up next.
Okay, I'm starting to see a couple of my friends get a little bit beat up. So the rogues are going to light up. I'm going to move the beam on top of Dwarf A, and I'm also going to sling a archery bolt at it. Does it a 22 hit?
Yeah, it's definitely good.
For 7 radiant damage.
7 radiant damage. It's not looking too healthy.
And that'll end the turn.
Vesmir, probably there.
Vesmir, seeing Karl being in trouble, he will sling a Ray of Frost at Dwarf A. And that is a natural 20. For 9 points of frost, cold damage.
It's for A.
Yep. And he's going to push him. Sorry?
How do you want to do it?
I
Automatically failed the save because about to have made.
I freeze him in the back, and his ice just his back just seizes up with ice, and he crumbles to the ground. And then bonus action, I'm going to attempt to push Nimira back 5 feet away from Talgar. Yep, DC 15. That's a save.
Karl, you're up.
Alright. Through a bleeding cut above his right eye, looking pretty haggard, Karl's going to look at Vesmir, put 2 fingers on his right hand to his brow, and give him a salute of thanks as he comes across to get a better beat on the remaining dwarf. Yeah, whatever it is that's mimicking Talgar.
Dwarf, the dwarf, the dwarf.
So yeah, we're here. We're gonna bonus action Hunter's Mark on the last remaining hostile. Pull another arrow out of our quiver. Pull back the bow and let fly. Those are so nice when you can attack on these. That would be a 19 to hit.
19 on it.
Oh, 11 damage from that one. And then that'll be my turn.
There looks bloody at this point. With that, Vinny is up. Bear's on deck.
Okay. Vinny will move up to the next pillar, and he'll say, "Hey buddy, all your friends are dead, ain't that funny?" And he'll cast Hideous Laughter on him. A wisdom save of 12. Okay, he falls prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. At the end of each of its turns, it gets to make a wisdom saving throw. The target has advantage on the saving throw if it's triggered by damage. Like on a success, the spell ends.
Does it do any damage?
No damage, but he's prone and incapacitated, so essentially it's advantage for a melee hit.
Alright, it's the start of his turn, unless you have something else you're going to do.
That will end Vinny's turn.
Alright, so wisdom saving throw. 9.
Still fails.
You can't really do anything.
Yep.
So, Talgar, you're up.
So I get to swing with advantage?
He's on the ground, laughing.
Prone.
Prone. Yeah. So you have advantage. Sweet.
I'm swinging. Both roll a 15. 22.
That's gonna hit.
Make 14 damage.
If you only roll once, definitely roll twice because you might get a crit.
No, I did roll twice. They were both 15.
Yeah, look.
Oh.
Yeah. Fucking bullshit.
All good.
Mindleak knows how to D&D Beyond.
I just saw the one roll, so that's why I'm asking. So it must, yeah, it's fine.
Fine. Okay, it's fine.
Golden Falcon, right? Golden Falcon. Alright. So that's gonna hit. So that does 14 points of damage.
Yep. That's my turn.
Alright. Mirror is looking pretty fucked up and rolling on the ground. Tyee, you are up. Vesmir on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna take a step forward. I'm gonna use my action to move the moonbeam on top of Imira, but I'm gonna have it go around the pillar, not touch Talgar at all.
Gotcha.
It says when a creature enters the spell's area for the first time. Oh, it does say on a turn. So anyway, I'm gonna move it on top first, so she gets to the turn, she'll take that damage. But I'm also gonna send a bolt at her. She's on the ground though, right?
Yep. So you have disadvantage.
Okay. Rolling with disadvantage. At an 18 and an 8, but a 15 is 15 hit.
15 does not hit.
Oh wow, okay. Now on my turn then.
Alright, Vesmir, you're up. Karl, you're on deck.
Alright, oops. Vesmir will move around to this pillar and he'll have a shot with Ray of Frost at disadvantage. It's a 12 to hit, no good.
Nope.
And that's my turn.
Karl, you're up. Vinny, you're on deck.
Okay. Seeing as our last shot seemed to do okay, we're gonna pull another arrow out of the quiver, pull it back, and let it fly. Natural 20.
Alright.
Wait, was that a disadvantage?
You're at disadvantage though.
Oh shit, you're right! Oh no! Okay. Disadvantage would be 16. I was prone.
Unfortunately, that is not enough.
Womp womp. We'll move or take our movement. Actually, no, our movement's fine. We'll stay here at the end of our turn.
Okay, Tyee, you're up. Vesmir is on deck. Copy that, Vinny?
Sorry, didn't realize you said it was my time. Okay, Vinny will move up and he's gonna say, "Hey, you should just give up, guy," and just in an attempt to persuade him.
I'm incapacitated, so...
You can't take actions or reactions. but essentially it was a 25 on the persuasion. I don't know how that would work.
25 on the persuasion.
Yes.
Yeah, I fail.
Cool, so... I don't know, is that your discretion? Just get him...
To give up?
Yeah, just get him to give up and surrender.
He's on the ground, like, laughing his ass off right now.
It's his turn next,
So-
yeah?
It is. But he's... Yeah, okay.
Vinny will end... Actually, no, he can't end the effect. It's up to... There's nothing that says you can stop hideous laughter. That's Vinny's turn.
So I guess I would need to make the roll for hideous laughter.
Well, he makes the roll at the end of his turn anyway, so either way...
Okay. Well, then he's not really doing anything.
Yeah, sorry.
He's just continuing to laugh and roll back and forth at the moment then.
Cool.
At the end of his turn, he rolls his wisdom saving throw and gets a 14.
That's a success.
Okay. So he's no longer laughing.
Yes, he's not incapacitated, but he's
But-
still prone.
Yeah, he's still prone, and it's Talgar's turn.
Wait, did they just take a turn?
Yes, oh, that's right.
Yep, DC 15. Constitution.
It's an 8.
Okay. It'll take 8 radiant damage.
It is not looking good. The moonbeam just kind of chars its flesh, burning it from its pale color. He looks almost from death. Tyler,
And there's
you're up.
Talgar. End it!
Still prone, right?
Okay.
Okie dokie. I'm swinging. 18.
18 will hit.
15 damage.
Really good.
I want to chop its head clean off since it's pretty bad damage to me. I'm pretty pissed at it.
Alright. Dwarf head rolls off to the side, charred by the moonbeam. And with that, we are out of combat.
Great music track, by the way.
Well, when the combat started, I looked for one, and I was really happy with what I found.
The thing I was trying to do, I was trying to spin up one of my virtual machines that had Spotify on it in Discord, and I was going to try to play stuff over Spotify, but it freaked out.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not that great.
Take a moment and check out these courses, please.
I'm going to touch myself a little.
Alright.
Karl's come up to the group looking really, really rough. Said, I could use a rest. I could use a rest.
Alright, Nimera looked to have been carrying a greatsword, a javelin, and has a potion of healing on her. Or a small glass bottle with a red fluid in it. It's very similar to a potion of healing.
How bad do you...
Ty, you just perceive and investigate it and touch it, and you're like, yeah, this is good quality healing potion.
Shit.
Karl, how bad do you look?
Less than 1/5 of what I would normally look like.
Understood. Yeah, Vinny goes, you look pretty bad. Heal and spit. And casts Cure Wounds on you. Which is 1d8 plus 7.
there's a javelin for each Durger you fought, and then the 3 other Durger had war picks on it.
I'll take the javelins if nobody needs them.
By all means, they are all yours.
I'm gonna walk up to Kalbren and pat him on the back and touch him for 10 points.
Let's try it. Could still use a short breather, but that's a lot better than I was in a moment ago. As you can see, the wound starting to seal a little bit.
How much did Vinny's spit do?
11 points.
Yeah. So between the two of you, you probably tripled Karl's capability to take damage.
That's great. Yeah, while Karl's taking a breather, Vesmir just wants to scope the room out, and he's going to talk out loud and say, they seem to be trying to, well, obviously they wanted to defend themselves, but I wonder why. Maybe this has been, well, obviously there are dwarves down here, that's answered question number 1, but what are they protecting? I wonder.
Talgar is also going to sit down on a step and take a little rest.
I guess we're doing a short rest.
By all means, if you need to have a break, have a break. Tyee and myself shall inspect the room and see if there's anything of interest.
Actually, I'm quite tired. Actually, I think I'll take this typical rest for Talgar.
Okay. Why don't we take 5 real quick, and then we'll come back, we'll leave the room and continue forward.
Sounds great. Cool.
Mindleak, you back? Okay, well, while we wait for Mindleak, Tyee, why don't you roll me 2d12 and tell me what the individual rolls are.
Okay.
And she'll kind of inspect the rooms, the packs of supplies and whatnot that are left there.
Oof. One was a 3, the other is a 7.
Among one of the packs, you find a charcoal drawing of which you can only surmise is a Durger female. And it seems to be drawn on a piece of parchment that feels scaly, like fish skin. Among another one of the other packs, you find a high-quality satchel made of dark mantle hide, a type of leather from an Underdark creature.
Nice.
Who else was looting the room?
Seraphic, Vesmir, sorry.
Vesmir, roll me a d12.
That is an 11.
You find a small carving of fine marble depicting an arrow breaking on a shield. It looks to be a holy symbol of some type. Talgar, you back?
So it's a marble carving of an arrow breaking on a shield. Seems to be a holy symbol.
Yep.
You're somebody that's familiar with deities. Does that holy symbol look familiar at all?
Well, I'm not really that familiar with the deities that much. Listen, there's a big there's a misconception about what the Druids do, We're not really too involved with the game. It's nature, just being itself.
Fair enough.
But yes, I believe the half-orc would be better at this one, being a paladin.
Yes, that's potentially true, yes, certainly.
Alright, I'm back. Hi, welcome back. We were looting things from the room.
Also, real quick before we proceed, what was your how do you want to deal with short rest regeneration of the dice? Do you get them all back on a long rest, or you only get half?
You get half back.
Okay, all right. I roll the short rest dice I want then. I forgot to do that while we were just bullshitting. So sorry, go ahead.
And again, just to pick up where we kind of left off, we've killed the Durga that were in this room. And again, you're in an enormous hall. It's lined with 10 great pillars, carved in forms of giants and dragons that support the vault and ceiling above. There's orange stones set in the wall that illuminate the room. There's a mighty throne that sits on the dais at the far end here. The walls that were covered with the tile mosaics have been smashed and defiled by graffiti. Fragments of tile across all the floor, and you can see several other exits leading from this room. There's a small fire smoldering on the floor before the dais where 6 sleeping pallets lie, surrounded by packs and supplies. The sound of hammers are ringing on iron, coming from some doors to the south.
The hammers are still banging, but they're coming from the south, and I point in the direction where they're coming. But what concerns me, or what it makes me curious, is this door behind the throne.
Also, before we proceed, Karl, I'd like to try to harvest any of my arrows from any of the targets, and particularly the one that kind of went down with 2 shots. Do you want me to just roll for that real quick, or?
Oh, to harvest the arrows back? Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt, Tyee. I just was noticing my arrow count was getting low, and I should probably start paying attention to that. What sort of roll would you like?
I guess perception or investigation, really. If you want to go pick through the room, you want to take a rest.
I did perception at a 17.
Okay. Then you find all of your arrows.
All of them? Okay. I'll make sure to figure. I'll sort that out. So carry on.
Tyee, when we stepped in the room and the doorway back here seems to be boarded up and chained, and there seems to be some strange language scribbled across it. I'm not sure if it is of any importance.
I'm sure many of these things are important. It's just a matter of which comes first.
Well, yes, you are correct. Well, with it chained and boarded, I don't think it is going anywhere. We can always leave that one for later.
Certainly.
Is there anything with that glowing, like, thing in the corner in the northeast, or is that just flavor?
That's just like very pretty. Among the packs, you also find some like little sacks of what appear to possibly be rations. They have a water skin in there with some, not the best, cleanest smelling water, but a lot of the ration looks to be of jerky from dubious origins, funguses, a few handful of mushrooms.
I feel like Vinny would take those rations.
Okay.
How many would he mark down?
Roll a d4.
Sure. 4.
We'll find 4 Durga rations.
And sorry, you said that, so we perceive this door behind the throne? That was part of the initial description, right?
Yes, there is a door behind. Well, you know that there's a door there. One, because it was one of the exits that led off this room, and two, that the Durgar burst forth from that room. The one in the heavier armor splint.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna follow Karl then.
Yeah, Karl stands up, dusts himself off after taking his little break, and looks a lot less beat up than he did before. So he looks around. Are you ready to go?
Let's go.
Alright. So the door behind the throne leads into a small audience chamber. The large stone table dominates the room's center, and old tapestries cling to the walls. The stone door in the far wall is carved with the dwarf's visage that you've seen elsewhere. No.
Can we discern like the purpose? Okay.
Karl, this appears to be an audience chamber, but look, do you see those ballista toward the table?
I don't like how they're pointed this way.
That's just be very careful. I just want to give a cursory look around like the door, the first couple steps to be inside the area.
Yeah, you don't see any traps. This looks like you do not see any traps whatsoever or mechanisms leading into this room. You don't see any cables coming off of the crossbows that are pointed at the door. It looks like these possibly may have been manned by the Durgar before they came rushing into battle.
It doesn't seem like they are. It seems like they need to be manned.
Alright, well, Karl will proceed into the room and take a look around.
Okay. So again, you see the same kind of graffiti and orc epithets, like written on the walls, smashing into mosaics and art pieces. The other tapestry were ripped.
I'll whisper they don't want to know what they mean.
It doesn't appear to have anything else other than the temple that you've come to know as Durgan seal. This is rune set, matched to weapons and so forth.
So you're saying that this door is marked with that seal?
That it is.
And you said it's Durgan?
Durgan.
Durgan. Okay. Is that anything with a dwarf I should know, or is that like just a way of saying it's Durgan?
No, it's a dwarven name.
Oh, okay. Durgan. Okay, cool.
Which, now I think about it, should have known it's Durgan, but it's fine.
It's okay. I'll forget.
It's pretty exhausting. Try not.
Alright, you're good, you're good. Everything seems fine, don't worry about it. Everything seems fine, don't worry about it.
Vesmir would just like
Just at the door.
Vesmir would like to see if he can ascertain if there's anything of any arcane nature in the room.
You don't see anything that looks like magic or magical components. No smell of arcane, ozone on the air.
No worries. Well, gentlemen, shall we go forth? Obviously, be sure not that there's no traps on this door.
Talgar, come up here. It would be a good light in this room, please.
I will walk up and attempt to open the door.
Door swings open. So this room appears to be a bed chamber of some type. In one corner to the south stands a large wooden sleeping platform, badly gouged by axe blows, partially burned. There's a table, a bench, a writing desk have similarly been treated. In the middle of the southern wall, a space that has been cleared for a simple sleeping pallet and a large pair of satchels. There's 2 doors that exit the room to the north.
I would like to check out those satchels.
The satchels contain mundane supplies like some extra dirt or underclothes, a couple more rations, some lamp oil, similar type items.
Okay, so this is pretty regular adventuring dungeon fare.
Yes, sir.
Vinny would like to get I think he's got an empty flask he'd like to fill up with the lamp oil.
Okay. That's a very Vinny thing to do.
It is
I'm inside his head, man. I'm inside his head.
I'll look at everybody and say, remember, we were sent down here to look for dwarven things. Is there anything of dwarven make here that can satisfy our patron?
Vinny pipes up.
Well, the whole thing is dwarven.
Yeah, I got me
You
some.
wanted weapons and armor. Almost the same, but not quite.
Well, I got some dwarven oil. I'm sure it's the same.
It's just a tug of the door over here.
I'll go to the door that he's having a seizure at. I'll open that one.
Okay. So, this looks to be a closet that has the same type of kind of mistreatment. There's a little burn section, axe trapped into some stuff, but it looks to have been a closet of some type. It's been banged up pretty good.
I guess I should check out the other door as well.
Anything in the closet?
Nothing that's salvageable. There's some satchels, things like that. But as you turn to leave the room, Tyee, a stone catches your eye, and it looks to be a little bit discolored and different than the rest of the stone on the wall.
Oh, in the wall.
To the east, yes.
To the east wall, there is a discolored stone. Okay, I'm just gonna be overwhelmed, overcome with curiosity. I'm gonna interact with that stone somehow.
Okay.
I'm gonna just investigate it, I suppose, and I'm imagining an investigation would lead to me pressing
Yeah.
it at something.
Yeah. So you kind of look over. You don't see any obvious signs of trap. Kind of probe the extra wall with your finger, and don't see any mechanisms or any runes. Getting enough, I guess, bravery, you push in on the stone, and it clicks, and reveals a secret door inside of the closet here.
Hey, Talgar, come here. Look, what I found.
A door.
Looks like just a wall. Ah, the wall is gone.
Magic.
There might be some of that, yes.
All right, stand by.
Huh?
Goddamn passive fucking perception.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. I'm still gonna give you shit like all the way to level 20.
It's all good. Oh, 20 is not gonna matter anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be like 100 by then, right?
God, it'll be something stupid.
So as you open this wall and step into the passageway, it looks to be a long hallway that runs north and south into darkness. There's no light sources in this hallway.
Sounds like
Oh,
after
smugly
Mr.
smile at-
Sneaky.
I'm gonna smugly smile at Talgar and say, I got this, bud.
You hear the faintest rumble of what sounds like falling water to the south.
I believe I'm hearing water from the shout, and I'm gonna point south for everyone else.
I'll check that out first.
I would recommend not being too close. We don't, these tight spaces need to exercise caution, yes?
Does everybody have dark vision?
I do.
Yes.
I have
Ves-
90 foot of dark vision.
I
Vesmir
have 60.
apparates his familiar onto his shoulder and uses his vision through his creature. He has 30 feet.
Fantastic. Alright, so as you start moving south, the sound of that, the faint sound starts turning into a rumble, starts turning into a roar. As you continue to kind of head down the passageway, you see it open up into a large cavernous void.
This map is amazing.
Also, so you know, obviously the intent is to be stealthy, so if you would like me to roll a stealth roll, I will, otherwise I'll just rely on being invisible in the darkness.
Yeah, you feel pretty stealthy as you move down the hallway.
Anything to this box here?
No, it's just
Okay. No worries.
Alright, so the stream that runs through this whole mountain that you've encountered seems to meander through the natural cavern before tumbling into this great chasm that stands before you. You can see nothing but darkness below, although the splashing of waters deep below is barely audible over the roar of the waterfall. Where you're standing on kind of a small ledge, and in front of you is a rusty ladder that leads down into the darkness.
Well, gentlemen, this does not look that inviting.
Well, just the abandoned dwarven castle and the unending expansion caverns are not inviting. No, they are certainly not, are they?
Vesmir at this point would like to use his familiar to get him to climb down the ladder and see what he can see climbing down.
What's the range on him?
He's got 30-foot dark vision.
No, but how far can he get away from you?
Infinite. It's pretty much infinite, but there's a range at which I can no longer communicate with him. Like I can see through his eyes, but I can't give him any commands. I think it's outside of 100 feet.
Okay. So what are you commanding him to do?
I'm just like, scout ahead, little one. Potentially we can see what's down to the bottom.
So you send your familiar out forward to go down it's a rat form, correct?
Correct. I can communicate with him up to 100 feet, but like he can just keep going.
Yeah, so he goes to 100 feet. You lose the ability to communicate with him. He goes to 200 feet. Still trekking down the ladder to the darkness. You see about 200 75, 300 feet down is the end of the waterfall that empties into a large cavernous void and deep pool that the water is falling into, and then that kind of meanders through the rest of the cavernous area. You see a stone bridge.
I relay this back to the party. Is the rat towards the bottom of the ladder?
Yeah, he's way past the bottom of the ladder. Like, I mean, he's down. He's about the ladder basically empties out into water.
No worries. I dismiss him and make him reappear on my shoulder.
Okay.
And tell the party. Well, I don't know what there is to explore, but this ladder was built for something, and it seems to go down. I can only assume this might be part of the water that we ran into on the other level.
Potentially, certainly. I think that maybe this is a little bit too far out of what we're supposed to be doing right now, but it's good for you to stay.
Yes, I would be one to agree with you on that.
It's very good, very good. I thought I saw a door in this hallway. Should we continue on initiative?
This seems like the plan.
It's fine with me. There's no guaranteed coin down there.
Mr. Talgar, this is your first journey.
Use my special door opening abilities and open this door.
Alright. This door leads to a rock face that you can clearly see is a secret hinged door, camouflaged to look like the surrounding elements of the room. Clearly you see the mechanisms on how it work, and click it, swings open. This hallway leads to this large open chamber. There's 3 doors that open into this room. There's a dark pool that fills a low stone basin in the center of the room. The chamber is littered with the remains of old warriors. There appear to be 7 dwarf corpses lying where they fell 100 years ago, surrounded by the remains of at least a dozen orc warriors. The dead have been stripped of their arms and armor, and only a handful of broken weapons and shattered shields remain.
What the hell happened here?
Used to be the site of a pitched battle at some point long ago.
Would we see what's on the other side of this barricade here? Oh, thank you. Okay, cool.
It's new to me too.
It's okay. It seems like they tried to stop their adventure here, or they made a stand here at least.
Orcs fight dwarves, dwarves fight orcs, samples.
The constellations turn, don't they? Is this a window over here to the east? Is that a door? What is that thing?
Cinema.
There we go. Oh, you know what I said? It's definitely a window.
You don't know.
I don't know, but it's right next to a door. It's pretty sick, that.
No.
Alright, so there's a door there, but the window is just for dressing.
Ha.
those do look to be just rooms. The branch off the doors closed.
You said there was a black pool in the middle?
Yeah, it's just a shallow stone basin that collects water. It looks like at one point it was probably a really nice fountain.
Can Vesmir just wants to dip his finger in and sort of smell the water, see if it's stagnant or if it's fresh.
The water actually appears to be very fresh. The natural filtration of the cavern culminates in it coming down this like little slide pipe, dripping into the center of the fountain.
Does he get any sort of arcane sense about it? Anything? He basically just wants to investigate the pool, see if there's anything that looks suspicious.
Jumps out at you now.
Anything? Do I understand how deep it is?
Yeah, I mean it's just shallow. It's like a foot deep.
Oh, okay.
Try this over here.
Just one.
Yes, please.
Talgar comes to open it.
It's a good thing I have a paladin to open doors. I mean, shoot, we'd be stranded without.
I know, right?
So this looks to be either a living quarter or some type of storage room.
Okay.
Just kind of circle around the room, trying to kind of figure out and piece together any clues. You see they contain a lot of smashed furniture, debris from the final battle. You see graffiti in Orc language, skeletons of dwarves and orcs where they fell in the pitched battle. But among all the room, if you roll me a d10, please, Tyee.
Yep, stand by. 7.
Do not recover anything else.
Okay. I guess this could be, so what about this other one? Anybody else from this door? Is it really possible for a Druid to open doors? You guys make an intelligence check over that.
It's clearly looks like a barracks. Exact same kind of pitched battle scenes apply here. A lot of smashed furniture in the room. And then I need another d10 roll from somebody, then that'll be Tyee.
Ta-da!
Nine.
9.
Is it mighty though?
He's half orc. Could be.
So you find a black obsidian stone. It's just round. Looks like a high quality, like gem quality obsidian. But that's the only kind of thing that you find on all over.
Put that in my backpack.
Did you just nonchalantly give Talgar a big piece of Charlotte?
Tune in next week.
Why does Talgar look a different color? Why is he exhausted?
What hijinks will they get up to this week? Alright.
I'll come out of the room and show everybody my little stone I found. Anybody know anything about this?
That's weird to use just as a black stone. I'm gonna take a little bit of another look at it, I suppose.
Vesmir would like to assist.
the gemstone itself is exceptional quality of obsidian, and just the angles at which the stone's been cut and polished definitely look like they've been done by skilled hands. Even your non-appraisal eyes, you can tell that this is a exceptionally well-cut piece of quality obsidian.
That is a usually extra shooting on it, however. Don't let that get broken now. Make sure it's safe. It's very nice. Very nice.
I'll take care of it like Vinny takes care of the egg.
That's right, Vinny has an egg. I forgot. Oh, we're supposed to be making our way down this corridor. Karl.
There seems to be maybe one door to the south that we missed. Behind the debris.
Oh, yes, you're right. Oh, of course. Yes,
I'm on it.
Hey. Lots of corpses.
Where's the door? Oh, there's several doors.
It's right here. Right in front of me. Or I haven't seen you.
Oh, here. Door open.
Oh, I'm sorry. That door is locked.
Ah!
I've been foiled.
Well, having trouble with the door there, Talgar?
Can I take a crack at it?
Before you do, maybe if it is locked, there could be some potential hazard, yes? And I'd like to investigate for traps. Natural 19 for a 26.
You do not detect any type of traps.
It seems to be safe enough, Karl. Go right ahead.
Alright, break out our thieves' tools and see what we can do about that lock.
Okay. Yeah, sleight of hand.
$23.
With a few quick movements, you hear a click, and the lock gives way to your tools and skilled hand. The door is now unlocked.
Karl mutters, child's play, puts his thieves' tools back together and back in his pouch, steps aside. After you, Paladin.
Talgar does his most important job. Swings the door open.
I'm needed.
He stands in the face of danger.
Okay, give me a second here.
Stoically, occasionally.
So this room was once what appears to be a library, studying den. There's piles of books that rest on a reading table in the middle of the room. The air smells of old paper. And there's a beautiful, slender woman with long black hair, kind of cowering behind the chair at the table. She has kind of tear-soaked eyes. Her clothing, though well worn, does little to attract from her appearance. She's very terrified. Who are you?
Oh, who are you to be in this ruin?
Says I was captured by an evil wizard. He forces me to research. Please, can you save me? Can you get me out of here?
Well, wait. You're trying to tell me that amongst the dwarves, the beasts of the Underdark, there's a wizard too.
There's a wizard that lives down below doing his research. He controls all of us.
And yet he keeps you here in comfort.
She looks around and she says, I wouldn't call this comfort. I can't leave. Even, the nicest place is still a prison if you can't leave.
How long exactly
I don't know how long I've been here.
Can I do an insight check? To see if she knows how long she's been there?
Sure.
That is an unnatural 20.
Or she's lying.
You get the impression that she's definitely being not truthful in regards to how long she thinks she's been down here.
It would seem that you may have been here for quite some time, considering the state of decay of the people outside of your door. It does not make sense that you are in such good health for someone who could have been here for quite some time.
I'm not here of my own volition.
Does it seem like that's a truthful statement as well?
Yeah.
So it seems
I
true.
want to see if she's telling the truth about the wizard.
Okay. So give me an insight check.
19.
You definitely get the feeling that she's lying.
Gosh, we have come a very, very long distance, and we have killed a great many things. And frankly, I don't have the time for this nonsense. Tell us your purpose here.
And what you really are. I don't think you're a human female.
Gosh, Karl, that's a good point, because my moonbeam does a little bit of extra damage to shape change.
Right, kind of dart about fearfully. She's just, I don't understand why you don't believe me.
Vesmir would like to enter the room and walk up to her. Can he get within 5 feet of it?
Yeah, but as you approach, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Excellent. That is a 19.
Okay. You feel her trying to kind of penetrate your mind, and you kind of fight through the fog and keep your senses about you. And her attempt to charm you has failed.
It is not very nice to be casting the arcane art on someone who has shown you no hostility. Is he able to reach out and touch her dress?
Talgar, get out there. Talgar, go.
And you're ready to roll initiatives.
Oh, was he able to touch the dress though?
Roll a d20. For unarmed attack.
Oh, it's a natural 15. I got a +2 to dexterity.
You're able to touch her dress, and the moment that you do, she shifts into a more hideous form. Wings sprouting from her back, horns from her forehead. As her hands morph to claws, they lash out and attempt to claw at you. You will be rolling initiatives.
No worries. So I want to explain my entire thought process. Vesmir's intent was if there was a garment that was being worn, he was going to touch it and he was going to cast immovable object on it.
Gotcha. You should explain kind of what you were trying to do ahead of time.
Yeah, no worries. But I mean, if I don't get that chance, that's perfectly fine. I completely understand. It's not a problem. So
yeah, we're gonna forgo that then. She basically instantly is dropping her polymorph. Matter of fact, I will say yes, because you're doing that. We'll say this simultaneously. She knows the gig is up when you reach out to grab hold of her. She drops her polymorph. She still is wearing like clothes, kind of flowing robe light. So are you casting an immovable object on?
On the clothes, yes.
Okay.
There's no spell save on that.
Okay, so
Actually, sorry, no. I apologize. I can't cast it because I don't have gold dust, which costs 25 gold. So I don't have the material components to cast this spell. Yep, should have thought that before I got melee.
Alright. Tyee, initiative?
Yeah, I had a 16.
Okay, Vesmir.
3? Yeah.
Karl?
19.
19. Vinny?
14.
14. And Talgar?
17.
17. Much better than the previous rolls. So she's going to reach out and try to slash you with her claw. Vesmir?
Yep.
She rolls a 9.
That misses.
Okay. That is her turn. Karl, you're up. Talgar, you're on deck.
Okay. Alright, so I'm not going to do a bonus action Hunter's Mark this time. We're going to just take both of our shots, and if one hits, I'm going to use one of my favorite foe uses to make her a favorite foe for, I think, to the end of this combat. But it functions at 1 minute. It's 1 minute, so 10 minutes. Alright, so we're going to get 2. Then I also have to ask, how light is the room?
It's not very good.
So would I be
Yes.
in darkness? Well, so we're gonna roll with advantage. Well, I'm sure that's gonna hit. Let's see if we get a 20. So the first roll is a 27.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
Oh, the digital dice were like teetering on the natural 20. So okay, so we just get a regular hit on shot 1. We're gonna roll shot 2 now. Uh, 17 to hit on the second shot.
17 hits.
Okay, so first shot's going to hit, so we're going to add a 1d4 to everything. So that's going to be a 2d8 plus 8 plus 1d4. Sorry, I'm rolling all this. We got 23 points of damage for both shots.
What kind of damage?
And piercing.
Alright.
And that is going to be our turn. I don't think I have anything I can use. Yeah, no bonus action. That's our turn.
Alright, Talgar, you're up. Tyee, you're on deck.
Alright, I'm gonna move forward on her.
He's moving on her.
Just kick the chair out of the way.
Yeah. There, I'm on the chair.
Alright.
Alright, I'm gonna swing down on her. 13.
13 is not going to hit.
Do I still have my inspiration from earlier? Alright, I'm gonna cash that in.
6 of.
So bring me up to a 17.
You want it?
Alright.
Nice use.
God, I suck at damage roll. 11 damage.
11 damage, right?
And her speed is reduced by 10.
Alright. Hi, Rip. Then your attack.
Oh, blasted foul creatures. I'm gonna light up the robes, and I'm gonna send a guiding bolt through it first.
Okay.
Does a 26 hit?
Oh, yeah. 26 definitely hits.
Okay. So take 10 radiant damage.
Okay. 10 radiant damage.
And then my archer bolt going at her. Wow, it was a 2 and a 3 with advantage. Does a 10 hit?
No.
Okay, the archer bolt goes mine. And that's my turn.
Alright, then here, there's your attack.
That radiant damage, sorry.
You're
that,
fine.
Radiant damage seemed to do exactly as much damage as I thought it would do.
Yes.
Okay.
Vinny, surprised, noticing the transformation, says, "I don't know which one was uglier," and casts vicious mockery on her. Wisdom save of 12. Yep.
10.
Ugh. Alright, she takes 2 points of psychic damage, and she has disadvantage on the next attack roll before the end of her next turn.
Anything else?
That's his turn.
There's me, Rip.
Okay, so looking at this creature, I assume they're wearing some armor?
Does not appear to be him.
Alright, Vesmir is going to move away, invoking the attack of opportunity, which would be at disadvantage.
You say you're provoking?
I am provoking an attack of opportunity, yes.
She's at disadvantage. And 23 and a 13. So 13.
Misses.
Alright, so get away as she lashes out with her claw.
And that is not very nice, and he will shoot a ray of frost at her, which is a 10 to hit. I think 10 misses. Yep, and he will do a bonus action. He will push her out the way 5 feet away towards the corner of the room. Strength saving throw DC 15.
Strength saving throw DC 15. 9.
She's pushed 5 feet back into the corner. And that's my turn.
It's her turn. She is going to reach out with her mind. I need a wisdom save from Talgar. Resist her attempts to charm you. And Karl, it's your turn. Talgar, attack.
Hello?
Kalbren!
Here's the cow.
Maybe he's not.
You said
Okay.
his headphones are being weird.
Yeah, sorry, I just plugged in. I had wireless. I just plugged in my wire.
Cool.
Gotcha. You're up.
Okay, how rough is she looking?
Not healthy. She looks bloody.
Alright, we're gonna move over to the side, just get another shot. Take a shot and then move back to the expectation here. Move over, alright, so shot is still with advantage, I imagine, because I'm still all stealthy emo ranger style.
Yep.
24, which I'm pretty sure hits.
24 hits.
That's going to hit for 13 damage, and then I'll move back to the other side of the room. And then I'm done.
For how much damage?
13. Piercing.
Okay. And with that, Talgar, you are up. You're on deck.
I'm gonna take another swing at her. $14.
14 does not hit.
That's my turn. I need a new dice set.
Did you get last time? Oh, you're level 4 now. You're up. Then you're on deck.
I'm gonna toss a produce flame at her.
Okay.
That's a 20.
That hits.
Damage. 1 damage. Follow that up with an archery bolt. Does a 14 hit? Oh, well, sorry, 21 will hit. Brought the modifier. And 10 radiant damage.
She's looking pretty roughed up. Vinny, you're up. Vesmir on deck. Let's shoot some last time.
Vinny will take a shot with his light crossbow, which is natural 19 plus 5, 24.
24 hits.
And that is a 4 piercing damage. And that concludes his turn.
Okay, Vesmir, you're up.
Vesmir will take an attack with the Ray of Frost, and that is a 13 to hit.
That misses.
That will conclude his turn.
It is the creature's turn. Hit by Talgar, so she's going to just lash out at him.
Gonna hit.
It's 5 points of slashing damage. And that's all she's going to do. So, Karl, you're up. Talgar, you're on deck.
Alright, as a, could I say something to everybody, I guess as a free action, I imagine, kind of yelling it?
Sure.
Well, as a free action, I'm going to look at everybody and say, she may have some information about this place. We may want to try to take her down alive. And then looking at her, she doesn't just, how rough does she look?
She looks very fucked up.
I don't imagine I can try a non-lethal strike with a bow, could I? All right. Well, if I can do that, I'm going to try to non-lethally take another shot with advantage because I'm all stealthy. So here we go. That's going to be a 20 to hit.
20 hits.
So that'll be another 15 damage.
So you launch this arrow, and it kind of like wobbles out and strikes her like across the forehead instead of piercing. It unfortunately just kind of anchors her further, but she's looking pretty damn rough. Anything else?
That's it.
Talgar, you're up. Tyee, you're up there.
Alright, taking this advice into mind, I'm going to attempt to punch her and knock her out.
Okay, roll an arm start.
17.
17 will hit.
I guess I don't roll for that? Just says 5, undefined.
Oh shit, okay. So you grab hold of her and just start wailing your gauntleted fist into her, and render the creature unconscious relatively quickly, on like the first or second strike. We are out of combat for all intents and purposes. The creature is on the ground unconscious.
I'll grab a rope from my back, throw it to Talgar and say, tie her up. We'll get her awakened in a minute, I guess, and question her. What do you guys think?
This seems like a very wise idea. But if don't mind me while you do that, Tyee, could you help me investigate these books, see what sort of arcane knowledge can be found here?
Yes, sure. Let's look around.
Vesmir would like to see if there's any books of interest. Or any...
Okay, so the
scrolls
books
and-
seem to consist mainly of, based on the pictograms and what you're seeing, they don't really look to be talking about arcane. It's more formatted to be like history. There's some drawings, there's some, just the way it's laid out, you get the sense that it's not a magical book, it's a lot of dwarven lore, stories, histories.
Is there history, being that, is it all in Dwarven, or is there anything in common related to this place that we're in?
It is all in dwarven.
Unfortunately, this does me no good. Maybe another day I could have my spells to comprehend this language, but this is not that day.
Actually, I'll slightly mulligan that, and I will tie her up, given my proficiency with sleight of hand and dexterous things. I imagine I could tie a pretty dang good knot.
Okay. Give me a second.
Oh, sorry, what was the question? I totally didn't hear the question.
Sleight of hand with time glass.
Sleight of hand, got it. It 18.
Okay, you make a pretty damn tight knot. Her hands are bound.
I'll look at either Tyee and Vinny and say, will you want to wake her up, or do either of you have any special tricks for interrogating somebody? This thing is here for a reason, and I think they know why they're here.
I mean, there's all sorts of ways to get information out, but this fiend doesn't necessarily look like it would be willing to talk, but we can always try to make it come around.
It talks or it dies. We offer it that option.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Is this door unlocked right here?
Let's go
Ow.
no, it's not. Alright, it's not locked. Sorry. I'm assuming you're opening it.
Right. There might be more materials in here. You should come look.
Vesmir follows in.
Assuming this is like her bedroom.
Yeah, it's a beautifully furnished bedchamber. It hasn't been ransacked like the other chambers have.
This is lovely. Actually, this is very nice.
So quick question: the original door that I opened that was locked. I would actually, in hindsight, it must have been locked from the inside, or was there a way that I can tell from that point?
Well, it doesn't have like a deadbolt on the inside. It could have been locked from either side.
Got it.
I think I've looked in this room before we awakened the beast.
No, it actually is quite well furnished, but nothing sticks out. Again, all the papers and documents that look to be, strewn about all appear to be histories or.
Okay.
This does not look like the room of a prisoner.
Is it all in Dwarvish?
We've all avoided it.
And what about
That door appears to be unlocked as well.
Okay. Let's open it.
So this back room looks to be a larder filled with barrels of wine. There looks to be crates of foodstuffs. Tyee, you would notice that over in the back is a hidden doorway built into the southern wall. And yeah.
Okay. Is there anything to interact with?
With your native investigation as you approach it, give it a once over, you find a small little latch that into the stone, and upon pressing it, the wall slides away, revealing a little alcove.
This is very good. This is fun. Enjoying it.
In the alcove is a small treasure chest.
Okay. Looks like a normal chest.
It does.
Can I open that chest?
It's unlocked. You flip it open, and there's a small pile of gold. 110 gold pieces, and there's a exceptionally cut cat's eye gem.
What is the cat's eye gem? Is that something that's D&D or something that I should know is actually D&D? I don't know what that is.
Both.
Yeah, ditto.
Okay. Okay, cool. Alright. Alright, awesome. I will scoop those things into my satchel.
Vinny would like to look around and see if there's any more rations in this room as well.
Yeah, you're actually able to probably piece together. 1D, give me a 1D4.
1d4 it is. 4.
So you find 4 days worth of, four rations worth of stuff that's salvageable.
Cool.
What do we think of this? We're going to wake our deceptive friend here.
I think we should.
Vesmir just wants to quickly double check over the rope and see how well tied up the creature is.
It's old. Talgar did a number on her, but the rope looks to be very tightly bound around her wrist. Her hands are bound. I'm assuming unless you're tying her some other way.
Well, before we wake her up, just gonna check her closure real quick. And I would like to see if she's got, stuff on her, I suppose.
She has tattered rags that she wears as clothes wrapped around a tough leathery hide. It's made of an exotic material, but it's
Tattered.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, there's no pockets to it like that?
Nope.
No jewelry, none of that. Does she have horns?
She does.
Okay, good to know.
And wings sprouting off her back.
Oh, right, wings. Okay, cool.
Vesmir would like to grab some material and just make sure that her hands are bound so she can't do any somatic spell casting.
With this creature. Oh, sorry, man.
No, you're fine. I would suggest that maybe we gag them before we let them speak, because there's possibilities that they could cast magic that could be problematic to anyone in here.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, also gags her as well. Go ahead, Tyee.
Is this creature familiar? I mean, have I read it in a book? I mean, have I seen it? Children's tales, anything like that?
Wait, nature check.
Nature check, okay. 19.
You know that this creature fits all of the descriptive traits of a succubus.
Succubus, okay.
Infernal fiend creature. Shape changer.
Alright. Gentlemen, getting a good look at this thing now, that's just a succubus. It's got all the telltale traits of succubus.
What is to be known about a succubus? Is there anything that they can do that we should be aware of?
Well, it turned itself into a beautiful woman. It was very deceptive. As you can see, it has claws and its hideous nature. It is a fiend, if that helps for knowing what magics or what things to use against it. But generally speaking, they're base tricksters that feed off the carnal nature of man.
They are incredibly enthralling, if I recall.
Not this one, evidently.
Right.
Shitty ass fucking spell rolls.
You can only be so out of place. You can only be so out of place before you're so unbelievable.
Well then, shall we rouse them from the slumber?
Yes, I think so. We should get some answers, figure out what's going on here.
I'm gonna hold my sword at the ready, just in case any funny business happens.
Vesmir goes up and slightly just taps her awake, gives a little splash with his water bottle, and just taps her awake.
Her eyes snap open, filled with rage and anger. She struggles against her bindings. You have her gagged, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Making infernal noises from the other side of the gag.
I would suggest that maybe you think several times before you try and conduct yourself in a way that might be detrimental to your health. We have my half-orc friend here with blades to your throat. And should we not like anything you have to say or try and do, then, well, your life shall be forfeit. Do I make myself clear?
Her eyes locked to yours. She slowly nods.
Very well, and he loosens off the gag from around her mouth and just drops it on the floor next to her. Well, that was a very deceptive trick that you tried. May I ask, what exactly are you doing down here?
She says something in Infernal.
Does anybody speak Infernal?
Ooh, I speak Infernal.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
She curses at you, says that she'll meet you in the lower planes of hell, that you will feel the pain for your choices here today.
I'll relay the translation.
Karl will instantly just knock an arrow and try to shoot her in the leg. He is not willing to have a lot of patience for her.
You shoot her in the leg, as she's bound and whatnot. She's now bleeding profusely from the arrow wound, screaming.
Well then,
Karl, she's bleeding all over the place. I'm going to cast Produce Flame and cauterize the wound painfully.
God damn.
So she is looking on the verge of passing out again.
Pull back just at the right moment.
She's very angry.
It's okay to be angry.
yes, that looked like it might burn, and Vesmir will not without casting a full ray of frost that'll make his hand really cold, and just put like the extreme amount of cold pain, just to jolt her a little bit, not causing any damage on the same wound.
And so she snaps to it a little bit. What do you want me to do?
Ah, very well. I see that we have your attention, yes? Give us a nod.
Again, eyes locked on yours, she nods.
So,
Ain't nothing but hate behind those eyes.
please inform my comrades and myself, what exactly are you doing down here?
She says that she was brought here against her will by a dwarf long since dead that haunts these halls, reduced to nothing but a mad, gibbering spirit.
Does she understand?
She replies in common.
Second time.
Who is this fool? You speak up.
A pathetic creature, one who thought they could dabble in sects of magic they had no right to be in. Summoned me and tried to bend me to his control.
And
He was no match for me.
so he's gone.
Yes, in a way. His spirit haunts these halls.
Yes. His spirit haunts these halls. Why is his spirit still here?
That you would have to ask him.
I'm gonna insight check the truthfulness of her statements.
Vesmir is also interested. So, Tyee, if you want to roll with advantage.
I got 17. Is that gonna do it?
You feel that she is telling the truth.
This ghost, the spirits, are they able to affect the nature around them, or are they just illusions?
Both.
You have a little sense of humor, don't you?
So then, if this is just a spirit, then why do you still linger on this plane of existence?
You aren't the first adventurers to come this way. Nor will be the last.
Yes, but why do you...
An ample hunting ground.
Ah, of course, of course. Bloodlust gets the better of many a fiend. Vesmir turns to the party. I don't see if she has any more useful information. Does anybody else have any questions?
I do not have any questions. Send her back to her plane, please.
Talgar, would you care to do the honors?
Well, before you do, Talgar, do you have anything that you would like to offer before your life is forfeit from this realm?
Let me go, and I will tell you what waits down below.
Vesmir turns his head and looks at the other party members, questioning her motives. Well, just asking for what they reckon, essentially.
Seraphic, roll me a actually, never mind, go ahead.
Vesmir just looks over towards Tyee and Karl and Vinny. Just, do you think that this could be of use? I mean, I'm sure that we're going that way anyway, and we're bound to find out one way or another, yes?
Well, it's just her simply telling us what she's below is a very cheap bargain for her life. That's, we're not really getting anything for this as well. Send her back to her plan.
I would agree, unless she has any last words.
I will leave you on the other side.
Vesmir gives a hand signal towards Talgar to go ahead.
Talgar will run his sword along her throat.
To end the succubus's life.
Well, that sure was something. Can't trust a beautiful woman into a dungeon, I suppose.
Still puzzling why orcs would not have breached that door. It's interesting, for sure.
Well, you know, the door was locked. Perhaps this was danger. Perhaps she came after the dwarves, etc. All kinds of rumors.
We should be on our guard down below. Obviously, the dangers that lurk in the dark places of Faerun are...
Yes, I would like to add to what Tyee said and say that I don't think anyone can be trusted in a place such as this one.
Well, gentlemen, we have business.
Let us continue then, yes?
Well, you know, something's been bothering me. We did not. There was another room in the. What I imagined was maybe the king's quarters. There was another room we did not check. I think we should double back and check that room.
Sure, by all means, Why not?
Yeah, lead on.
I mean, this one right here.
Yeah.
Gamer logic. I love it.
I get it. I'm not complaining. I just find it funny. So you come traipsing through the dungeon, backtracking to this point. The door is unlocked.
It's just like playing Baldur's Gate.
Spell Talgar.
Let's open it.
Alright, the door in the northwest corner leads to a bathing area fitted with 2 small wooden tanks to hold wash water. The northeast door, oh yeah, we'll very much to that door. So yeah, it's just it's a bathing area.
Great. You found a bathroom.
Well, you know, it's good not to have something behind us.
Where we need to go?
Vinny would go.
Sorry. I couldn't resist the jive.
Vinny goes and he's like, "Whoa!" and defecates in one of the tubs. Well, my business here is done.
Well, I suppose it's time for just a long walk.
Do we want to check down this hallway?
Obviously, we have to.
The dwarven defenders is likely to face that direction. We may find something to help harder for more reward at the end of this. They want dwarven artifacts.
I suppose I've got this one.
Yes,
Is this a dark hallway?
by all means,
Mr. Sneaky.
Vinny and I shall hang back, make sure that you find the coast clear before we press on.
Talgar right here.
Several doors beside us.
Yeah, it's a long hallway. The doors leading to either side. I already find the door unlocked. Just swing it open. You find this to be a storage room. Lots of broken bits of furniture. Looks to be anything of value has been pretty picked over. But go ahead and roll me a d10.
So a whopping 1.
Don't find anything else of value.
That's Kalbren. What about this one? Gosh, just don't fight over it.
My door. The door. My job.
I have people skills.
Good old office.
What don't you understand about that?
Tyee and Talgar push each other to get into the door. I need another d10 roll to come anyway.
Dibs.
Alright.
It's 5.
Don't find anything else of value in this room.
Why did I even roll 5? Ah!
Even this room looks like it was used at one point as a dining hall of some type. But it's pretty smashed up.
Old smash.
This room, much like the other rooms, in the same condition, smashed, debris strewn everywhere. Another d10 roll.
Kalbren.
Sure, I'll do it the same. Womp womp. 4.
Damn it.
Unfortunately, don't find anything in that way either. I'm gonna say this for the narration time here.
It's very efficient DM work.
I need 4 more d10s.
Oh, there's one coming in. It's a 5.
Hey, there's 4 of us. What do you know?
I got a 9.
Okay, so 9.
I got a 7.
That was 7.
I got a 10.
Found a nicely cut gem. Looks to be a tiger's eye.
Does that mean
Translucent brown with a golden kind of center to it.
Tiger's eye.
So I'm guessing there's a 10% chance to find loot in these rooms?
That's quite bad. But yeah, somebody else had a 10.
Talgar had a 9, so I think it was another one. No, we had a 9 and a 10 has that.
Alright, go ahead to 10.
Vesmir had the 10, Talgar had the 9. Yeah.
Yeah. You told me there was the Tiger's Eye gem.
That was Talgar's.
Oh, the Tiger's Eye was Talgar's?
Yeah, yours is an azurite. Not that it really matters, but it's an azurite. It's an opaque, modded, like deep blue stone.
Cool. Cool.
All right. So,
We just keep on going down, yeah.
yeah, as you come to this next section, all right, so it opens into a large chamber with another dark pool kind of in the center. There's bits of smashed furniture, other debris scattered about the floor. The hallways lead off to the west and to the east where you just came from. There's a weird moaning that fills this area, slowly becoming more recognizable as dwarvish. Only knowing that by a few choice curses that are mixed in. The sound seems to rise to an angry shouting and grows still louder as you see the translucent form of an armored dwarf appearing through the wall, and it attacks. Do we want to do this combat run, or are we pushing this to next week?
Oh yeah, we're doing this combat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, anybody else not good?
It's all good by me.
I got some time left in me.
We'll do this battle and then, yeah, call it.
Summer, man, I got nothing but time.
Shoot.
Dude, sprint qual next Saturday, dude. I'm stoked.
We're doing initiative, right?
Yes. Yes.
Well, okay.
Kalbren,
was gonna ask-
did you play Transit with us, Kalbren?
I didn't, and I'll confess, the biggest draw for me for a tabletop is the D&D setting. So I don't know if I would dig Transit.
You'd like the mild lady.
Alright, so initiatives. Let's start off with Karl.
20.
Talgar.
3.
5.
17.
17.
8.
8. And Vesmir.
13.
Wow, that sucks. Alright. Karl, you're up. Shoot see the spirit menacingly come out of the wall and march towards you with hostile intent.
All right. I feel like I don't really have anything special to deal with spirits. All right, so bonus. We're gonna rack the ranger shotgun. Bonus action hunter's mark. So let me mark that off real quick. It's not as fun as the sorcerer shotgun, I'll admit, but it's still fun. And we're going to take two. So, what you're ruling on advantage disadvantage on the roll? Are we darkness? Is it to perceive me? Is it? Do I get it? Am I getting advantage on my attack rolls?
Because of the darkness of this room, so yes.
Excellent. Alright, so here we go. Yeesh. 17 to hit on shot 1.
17 will hit.
A nat 20 on shot 2. Okay, so I got a math shit. Alright, so this is going to be a 4d10 plus 8 for the regular melee, for the regular shots, with the crit included, and then an additional 2d6 for Hunter's Mark. Sound right? Question mark? Because that's doubling one of the shots. Adding an additional 1d8 for Dread Ambusher and the 1d8 for the first shot. So that's why I'm getting 4d8 from.
Crits double all dice.
Including Hunter's Mark?
Yep, just like sneak attack is double.
Alright, so that's going to, okay, so that'll be a 4d8 plus 8 plus 3d6, which is going to double the Hunter's Mark dice.
Yep.
Wow.
It's dead.
So many dice just threw across my screen. So that's going to be a 30 damage on the first round. And then I think that's going to be all I got.
Okay. Tyee, you're up. There's your attack.
Okay, I'm going to start off by sending a guiding bolt its way.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit?
Yes, it does.
All right, and that'll be 16 radiant damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move a little bit back.
Okay. Vesmir.
I'm just reading a spell.
It's flowing.
Cool. I will attempt to Mage Hand push it back away from me 5 feet. So strength saving throw DC 15.
Unfortunately, your hand pushes against it and it doesn't seem to offer any resistance.
This is unfortunate. And you'll move 5, 10, 15, 20 feet back. I don't think I was in melee range, but he will stop there. And he will attack with a Ray of Frost, and that's at advantage because of what was done before. And I rolled 2 8s for a 15.
15 points of damage?
15 to hit.
Oh, 15 to hit? That hits.
Cool. That is 3 points of cold damage, and that's Vesmir's turn.
Okay. Vinny, you're up.
Vinny, looking at the ghost, goes, Man, you're old. I can see your balls hanging to the floor. And cast hideous laughter. Wisdom save DC 12.
Is it a charm spell?
Don't think so. A creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter if the spell affects it. The target must succeed in a wisdom saving throw. Fall prone.
Yep, okay. Wisdom save 5.
5. It falls prone.
It's prone.
And that is Vinny's turn.
Alright, it is my turn. I'm not incapacitated, right?
Yes. The fall you fall prone, becoming incapacitated, unable to stand up for the duration, and at the end of your turn you get to do another wisdom saving throw to break it.
Can't take fucking actions. Okay, then at the end of its turn, it will roll its saving throw. 13.
That's a success, but it's still prone, but that's it.
Okay, Talgar, you right?
Ooh, prone, yeah. I'm gonna move up to it. And swing on it.
10 feet of range.
Fucking this sucks too. 12.
Roll the hit.
Oh, good. Alright.
That's a rough advantage roll, a 5 and a 2.
Yeah. 14 damage.
It was looking very rough. It's faded in intensity, it's not as glowy. Karl,
Okay. Hey man, it worked before. We're gonna just fire again, so take another arrow out of our quiver that's slowly depleting and take a shot. With advantage, because we're still all stealthy darkness.
It's still...
Oh god, it's prone. Okay, so it's a regular roll.
Yep.
Well, that's still a 24 to hit.
Yeah, it is.
That would be 14 damage. Alright, well, as this ghostly thing is flailing on the ground, we're gonna take a beat on it and take a shot. Watch as the arrow seems to get purchase and the shape just dissolves into nothingness.
Alright. We are out of combat. Ghost Spirit seems to have been defeated.
Piss off, Ghost.
Piss off, Ghost.